Let's start with Colby. We see a bright orange back. What's this all about?
Colby's all set for shorter days and longer nights. Hunting season also. We like to walk out in the woods a lot, and you got to keep them safe. The more orange, the better. There's also reflective strips on them, so you can be seen by flashlights or by headlights.
You mentioned the shorter days. It's getting harder to walk your dog during the daylight hours.
It is.
So if you're out in the sidewalk, even if you have your dog on a leash, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's almost a necessity in this area. I mean, there's a lot of hunters in this area, and any given day you can just walk down the street and hear them. So we like to make sure we're safe. They come in all sizes, and then we have things like the collar sleeve for dogs who you can't fit into a vest, or they're not the right size for the vest. We also have bandanas. I did bring one with me, but I left it out on the table.
All right. Off camera, we were talking a little bit, and I said Colby looks bigger than the last time I've seen him for some reason. We figured out it's because he's got his winter coat and he's got a date with a brush.
Yes, he does. He definitely has a date with a brush real soon. He's as we call him, he's a Muppet.
So if your dog is getting a little bit shaggy and needs a little bit of grooming, you guys probably have everything you need for that, right?
Yep. Brushes, combs, shampoos, everything.
Let's talk, before we get into Tiffany, because of course this is the big conversation right here, conversation piece. Let's talk about your new location, because you guys have moved, if people haven't been up in a while, brand new place.
Yeah, we're down mile and a half south of where we were in the village. Now we're down next to D'Angelo's Sub Shop, the old Woodworkers Warehouse building, if you would. And we've been there since May, and it's phenomenal. We love it. Absolutely great.
You've got so much more space in there.
A lot more space, better parking. We have our bakery on site now with us. We have a dedicated puppy area for the puppy play groups and all the other things we do. We do all our events in there. Before we had, we were doing an event out in the parking lot, it got rained out, we got rained out, but now we have a space inside the store to jump right inside and do it inside, if that's the case. Plus all winter long, we'll be able to do our events indoors and have plenty of room for it.
I wish we had a camera on Colby's face, because he right now is just, his eyes are rolled in the back of his head. He's enjoying this a lot. What I want to know is, did you have all that inventory prior to moving? And if you did, where the heck was it? Because that store is just filled now, and it's so much bigger.
Yeah, we did have, I'd say 80% of it. Wow. But it was just, we only had smaller amounts on the floor, so it was tucked in so tight you couldn't see it. And it was one of our biggest things that bothered us in the smaller stores. We had a lot of stuff people didn't get to see because it was just too tight.
Right.
And we moved down to the new place, spread it out, brought in a lot of new stuff also, but for the most part, it's Colby, where you going? It's just a variation. He's gone.
He's a dog sniffing around. He sees himself on TV. Actually, what he apparently sees are the treats from the doggy bakery. He's going after those. We got to save these for TV, Colby. What do we have here? This is a box. I don't know if we can get Ryan out here to get a close-up shot, maybe, of some of these doggy treats, so we can really.
This is just a sampling of our fall and Halloween offerings from our new pet bakery. We have doggy pupcakes, fall cannolis, sprinkle bones, dipped kitties for Halloween, and carob.
These sound good enough for human consumption, and they are, if memory serves correct.
Yes, they are. You could eat them. They look great, and they're made with all human grade ingredients. And
hold that steady, please.
He's gonna get a close-up shot. There we go.
Colby.
Yeah, if we hold it too steady, the dog is gonna run away with them.
So yeah,
it must be tough. It must be tough having the dogs in the store, because they've got to be always at the bakery.
Oh yeah, when Tiffany's in the store with Kathy's baking, she's in the bakery with us. She's kind of our official taste tester. She gets a lot of the treats in there. Colby and Meadow are always in the store for people. People come in, and they get a lot of treats. It's hard. People want to feed them, and we got to ask them not to.
Let's get before you go away, Ryan. Let's get a close up of Tiffany right here. What has she got on?
Tiffany is sporting one of our newest costumes. It is the turtle costume. It comes in all sizes. This is one of the hits of the season. She's really not enjoying it. You can tell by the look on her face.
But she's a good sport.
But she's a very good sport. She's doing a great job.
And can you imagine how much candy you would get walking down the street with her on the leash as a turtle?
I think my son's a little upset that he's too old for trick-or-treating now with the cute dog and the big fluffy one. So.
She's settling now. You have probably all sorts of dog costumes.
We do. We have 6 or 7 brand new ones for the season, and then we have a couple of bins tins of some leftovers from last year if you want to come down, and they're on sale. But they've been going fast, really fast. Our Halloween costume contest is coming up next weekend.
And how does that work? Tell us about the Halloween costume
It's a whole weekend
contest.
concept, actually. We've gone from just a one-day event to now we're doing two events on the same weekend, which starts next Saturday. We're having our animal communicator come in. And her name is Bonnie Fogg. And
do you like my response to that?
Well,
it's one of those things that's just, I've heard so much about her, and she sounds so
you're either a
interesting.
believer or you're not, and it's really funny. I didn't believe any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And she did a reading of one of my past dogs, and it was just a picture on my desk one day, and she had an open spot, and she said, "Let me do a reading for you." And I said, "All right." I threw a picture at her, and she gave me the dog's name.
Wow.
There's nowhere on the picture is the dog's name. No one in the store knew that dog. It was a dog had passed before we even really opened the store.
Wow.
So right to the exact name. She told me the dog's name, and it was really funny because the dog had a male name, and it was a female dog.
Wow.
Because I had adopted her. And she told me all about her checkered past, how she'd been abused and all that.
Wow.
And from there on, I was a believer. So,
and so
she does a nice job.
So if people want to take advantage of, her name's Bonnie, right?
Bonnie, yep.
The animal communicator, how does that work? They just come in with their dog, or
she works from dogs, from the animal, or from a picture. A lot of times she'd rather work from the picture because sometimes with the actual dog there, it kind of interrupts the reading.
Yep.
But she is filling up fast. I think we only have like 3 or 4 appointments left over, and it's all day on Saturday, 9 to 6, I believe, or 5. I'm not sure the ending date, but the end appointment's taken anyway. There's a few in the middle left over. So if you want to get in to see Bonnie, you got to call quick. Got to call today.
What do they call?
356-7297, which is PAWS.
356-PAWS. Call right now, or else you're going to miss out on Bonnie.
Right now, I don't think we're open yet. There's nobody there yet. 9 o'clock.
And then what about the rest of the costume contest?
Then Sunday, we're going to have our annual costume contest. I think that's our 15th. We've been doing it every year since we've opened. There's going to be 3 categories. I believe they're pet with child, pet with adult, and then just a pet category. Dress your dog up, bring them down. A lot of people get involved. We've had families come in as the bounty hunter, the whole family with the dogs. We've had them a chef with the lobster, the dog being the chef, the person being the lobster. It was really, so people get very creative with it, and every year they get better and better. I don't judge because I know too many people with dogs, so we usually bring in someone who has no connection to anybody, not a non-employee.
That'd be a stressful job. I wouldn't want to be a judge either.
It usually is. Pete, stay. That's going to start at 12 o'clock, the costume contest. We like to say sharp. Get there on time because there's usually a lot of people standing around. Some people start getting there at 10:30.
Yep.
So we want to start at ASAP, and then after the costume contest, we're going to have our Halloween party. Come on in. Your pet, every pet there will get a goodie bag, whether they were in the contest or not. There'll be refreshments for people and dogs, and it's just a lot of fun. It's one of our most fun events of the year. We really enjoy doing it. So we could come on down on Sunday. I think it starts at 12. It does start at 12. And like I said, everybody will get something.
All right.
All entries.
Even if you can't make that, again, head to Four Your Paws Only because they have dog costumes and everything a dog or cat could possibly want over at the store. And even if, let's say you have a new puppy and are looking for either obedience training or just looking to socialize it with other puppies, you guys have something for that.
Every Saturday we have our puppy social hour, 11 to 12. The best way actually to find out a lot of the information we have for the store is on Facebook, actually.
Really?
Kathy's been really pumping all our information out to Facebook. We actually have a photo contest now going on for Halloween on Facebook. If you enter your photo, you can win a $50 gift certificate. Get on Facebook, For Your Paws Only, become a fan, and you definitely get most of your information. If it's not on there, it's old news. Because Kathy's on there a lot, making sure it's upgraded and everybody's getting the correct information. So that right now is one of the best ways. Or just call the store. And
it's probably a good way to keep track of event information too, because of course you've got Santa Paws coming up in not too distant a future.
Well, Santa Paws coming up. We also have pet portraits coming up that we do every November. A professional photographer comes in. Tiffany, stay. She's done.
Yeah,
she's toast.
She's like, I've been good. Come on.
So yeah, Facebook is definitely a good way to keep in touch with us. Come on down. We're doing a new customer program where everybody's getting a little key tag so we can enter your information to our computer, and we do mailings through that also for information on what's going on through email. But like I said, Facebook is definitely a great way to stay in touch with us.
Halloween party next weekend.
Yep, 12 o'clock Sunday.
Bonnie Fogg Animal